Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Mamacita 925 with Classy Gamer Gals, and I am so excited to introduce you to the GalsRoom. This is our segment of our YouTube channel where ladies get together and we just discuss about the latest, hottest topics in the gaming community. But for our first topic, I purposely wanted to have this discussion with my gals. Fanboyism. What is fanboyism? I want to introduce to you my co-host, Kandiland.
Hey.
All right, and our guest host today, Mascherelle.
Hello, everyone.
All right, ladies. Look. I'm really excited to have this conversation, guys. This is like our first broadcast YouTube channel segment ever. All right, okay. Yes. We got the nerves. I know we all kind of nerves. I can see our nerves. Let's let the nerves go, and let's just have an honest, open discussion. This is really important to me as a gamer because I feel like fanboyism has this kind of like taken a root in the gaming community unnecessarily. Yes. And I don't want to sit here and talk about fanboyism 30 or 40 minutes and just talk about fanboyism and all this, how I hate it, I don't like it, and what you do and this person doing that person. That's not what I want to do. The approach that I have is I want to have a conversation about what is fanboyism and why do people fanboy out.
Yes.
That's what I want to talk about. I want to understand the mentality of a fanboy or fangirl, okay? Because there's a whole lot of gals out here that's fangirls too, right?
Yes.
All right. So first and foremost, all right, what is fanboyism? When you hear that name, fanboyism, what is fanboyism? I went to the dictionary and I looked up and I found blind, aggressive devotion. Okay, that's what I found.
Okay. Well, I went to the Urban Dictionary and I found that fanboyism is a group of people concerning a subject such as movies, games, hardware, comic book characters, which, when challenged, results in an antagonistic, passionate, and unreasoned response.
That was in the Urban Dictionary? Oh, okay.
Yep. In the wiki, it says that fanboy, spelled F-A-N-B-O-Y, also known or spelled as fanboy, F-A-N-B-O-I, is a male fan who is obsessed about a particular subject.
All right.
In doing this research, I came across the Wii U forum. And
really?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Doing fanboy research.
Yes.
You came across a Wii U forum?
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. That's a newbie.
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. On the Wii U forum. They actually had this subject, the era of video gaming fanboyism. One particular young lady's statement was that she saw someone say that she saw someone say that she didn't want to even be a part of the IGN, which is Image Games Network, because of how disrespectful people are in the community. I was like, wow. Are you serious?
I believe that. I can believe that all day. I believe it all day because I see it all the time. And I have to make a conscious decision now not to even read IGN or some of the, and I don't want to pick on IGN, but some of the big gaming sites, read the comments, even YouTube comments. I don't even want to read them because I don't even want to incorporate that type of negativity into my spirit.
Yeah,
I just don't. And I've gotten to the point now where I have to make a conscious decision, just not even read that stuff now because it can kind of bind you up and take the joy out of gaming.
Yep. And
I think too, I'm listening to your definition, and I'm thinking, okay, is there a difference though? We have fanboyism, but do we even have like a subset of fanboyism where we can say those are? I know that the definition was blind, aggressive devotion, but it seems like there's even a really extreme,
most definitely,
version within that group as well. They even go way beyond. And what is a blind, aggressive devotion? What does that mean? What does that truly mean? when you say blind aggressive devotion, that means to a product or to a console. You know, you're just devoted to it. And I'm thinking, why?
Yeah.
But why are you? And that's what I want to get to. I want to get to the root.
People don't even know why. That's why it's blind. They don't know why. They just do. There's no reason. Just like you said in your definition, Urban Dictionary, what stood out to me was it's an unreasonable response. Mm-hmm. It lacks reason. So if you're not questioning your actions, how is it going to make sense to someone else?
Okay. Okay.
Oh wow, that was
okay.
Deep.
Yeah. And when you and the thing is unreasonable reaction. And I'll give it for an example. If I am a Wii U fan, okay, and I make a comment or I make a statement that I love Splatoon or I love Mario or I'm enjoying my gaming console, why should that open up the floodgates to Xbox fans or PlayStation fans or PC fans to try to make me feel like I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't like
less than
right. that I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't like my product, or I should have to feel like I have offended them in some sort of way because I said I like Splatoon. And I could remember initially coming on online and engaging in the gaming community, and I posted that I repurchased an Xbox and I played Rise and I enjoyed it. I was attacked. I was literally attacked. I called all types of names, told I was stupid.
Oh, wow.
How dare you, that stupid idiotic game, you Xbot. Just being told, called an Xbot, and I was called some other names too. But mind you, 2 days later, or a couple of days later, I should say, I purchased a PlayStation 4. I went to Target and I posted a picture on Twitter of my purchase of the PlayStation 4. I was attacked. You like the wobble station, you pony. Oh, wow. You I can't be both, can I?
No.
Can I be both? Wait a minute. Which one is it?
Not according to
am I an Xbox or am I a pony?
Right. Why can't you just be, a gamer is a gamer. Why I gotta be one or the other?
Exactly. And if I purchase an Xbox or a PlayStation or Wii U, and if I enjoy those games on those particular consoles, and I want to go in the online community or gaming community, and I want to share my joy, why am I subjected to? I have to be categorized, put into a particular category, because I chose to either purchase this particular product. And then I say this too. If I am a Wii U lover, I love the Wii U. That's my console.
That just sounds weird. I'm a Wii U lover.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. All right, but if that's my preference, I'll say it that way. Is that better?
That sounds a lot better.
All right. If I'm a Wii U is my preference, okay, what's wrong with that? If Xbox is my preference, what is wrong with that? If the PlayStation, PS4 is my preference, what the heck is wrong with that? What is wrong with us having preferences within this gaming culture? Just because I have a preference, I have to be attacked for that?
Right.
I have to be told that I'm aligning myself with a certain segment of the population that's negative towards the community. I call BS on that. I think it's straight BS. I think that, we should be grown up enough.
Most definitely.
I really feel like we should be.
Well, that's why it's called fanboy, not fan
woman
or man.
Oh, man.
Not fan man. It's called fanboy.
You know what? I never even thought about that.
Grown men.
But and women too.
And women,
you
that's
don't
right.
see it as much. I don't see as many women.
Right.
Because
some of them probably afraid to say who they really are because of being attacked.
Well, just like the lady said in the Wii U forum.
Yes.
Well, that is true. That's that's true, and that's one thing about being a female gamer. One thing is we will become subjected to even more of the harshness.
Oh yeah.
Because if I've had it happen to me. If I state my opinion is different from yours.
Yeah.
I'm called a hoe.
Oh yeah.
I'm called a B, it almost immediately, these are the type of terms that are addressed to females.
Oh, yeah.
Just for stating an opinion that's different than yours. Where I see my male counterparts who say the same thing, be just as aggressive. And not to say that they're not called names that are derogatory, but names like B's and those things aren't, you're not subjected to that.
Right.
And I think that's why, too, a lot of our women and female gamers kind of try to shield themselves in that and avoid these forums and avoid online gameplay as well.
But I've been thinking well, where? How did all of this get started?
Good question.
With the fanboyism start. I'm I thought about when I was in elementary school. And it was this big thing about Sega Genesis versus Nintendo. And it was Mario against Sonic. And I was a kid. And I remember, people talking about, okay, you playing Super Mario, but I'm playing with Sonic, or what. I'm like, where did that come from? Where did we get that from? Even as kids, to defend something that was purchased for us, because we didn't buy it ourselves. Our parent or guardian did that. So why are we on a playground in elementary school debating about Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog? Please somebody help me understand this.
Kids.
Yes. And so I think about it. Myself, sometimes them kids, they end up growing up being them super, super fanboys. They'll be talking all that junk and stuff, on the internet. When I think about it, I'm like, we kids on the playground having a debate about Super Mario.
And you should be swinging.
I know.
You should be swinging
on doing the monkey bars.
Some of y'all been debating about Mario and Sonic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But that gets back to where this started, where this, to me, it's this super harshness, and in all fairness, it's not just the gaming community, guys.
Right.
Guys, think about it.
Right.
I remember Apple versus Microsoft, Windows versus Mac, Android versus iPhone. Oh my gosh.
And then sports.
Oh, yes.
Redskins versus Cowboys. People didn't say them cowgirls.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I always think, are they sending you a check every month to be a fan?
Yes.
Do you get paid every time they make a touchdown?
Yes.
I'm sorry, were you on their marketing? Are you in their marketing department to go out over here promoting their team? No.
Exactly.
So sit down. You're not.
Take several seats.
Yeah.
But you're right, though. It's the same type of that same philosophy.
Yeah.
Chevy versus Ford.
Yeah.
I could listen. I had a certified nursing assistant job way back before we had to, certified nurses assistants had to be certified. Okay, let me make that clear. I can remember I had a patient. And she was an Alzheimer's patient. I was sitting there, taking care of her. And her grandson came in, and the family were all sitting around together watching television. And he burst through the door, and he's like, "I don't believe it! She made me so mad. I'm just gonna call this girl for any name because I don't want to, But Susie made me so mad." And everybody's like, "Well, what's wrong?" Just giving him a name. "What's wrong, Ricky? Ricky, what's wrong?" "Susie went out and bought a Ford. She knows that I'm a Chevy man. She knows. How dare she? I broke up with her mom. I broke up with her." I'm sitting there on the sofa going, did he really just break up with his girlfriend? Because she bought a Ford. And then his face was so red. He came in. Boyfriend was hot. He was hot. So, people really take these loyalties to brands really deep.
Do you think that it's a part of the marketing tactic? And the reason why I say that is because when I come out with a product, I want to make my, consumer, I guess you would say, I want them to have some type of emotional attachment to my product because that's going to make them buy my product. Okay. So do you feel like that could be some of the reasoning behind, why the fanboys are so gung-ho about it because of the way I'm marketing my game or the way I'm marketing my car or the way I'm marketing my drink or, you know what I'm saying? Like when you think about during the Super Bowl, what was that commercial with the horses? Wasn't that a beer commercial? With the horses? And it was like a horse and a dog or whatever. And it was like it drew you in because it was like, oh, look at that horse. And he for the dog and the horse was following him. It was like, oh, that is so cute. Oh, yeah, but it drew you in. It touched your heart, But so when you think about that product, it's like some type of emotional connection. Yes. And it got me to thinking.
Be more overt or explicit where you have the like Microsoft commercials where it's not really an iPad, but it's similar to an iPad where it's an iPad and they put them next to each other and they compare them.
Yes.
Same thing. I've seen some Apple commercials, same commercial. So immediately, if you're marketing these products and you're comparing them, then the people watching this, you align yourself with Apple or with Microsoft. It's like, oh, okay, now you're challenging me.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
It's like a very explicit challenge now. It's not so much the, underlying kind of the, all right, this product is better. They literally show you the product side by side now.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right about that. They'll show you the opposing product or the opposite side of it. They'll show you their product right next to it. I know you're talking like the Surface and the
exactly.
The Surface commercials.
So now it's not I have to watch this commercial and then go over here and compare it to this. We're prepared for you. We just saved you some time.
Yep, you got that right.
I just saved you a click.
I just saved you some time.
That's true though. That when you think about that though, with marketing, I mean the primary purpose of marketing is to convince you to purchase their product or their item.
And their product is better than the others.
That's true. That is so very true. I mean, and you think about even when sometimes when the way that commercials are presented to us and the time of day that commercials are presented. Yeah. They present things because they want you to buy their product, and sometimes they even want you to go out and buy it right now. Yes. That's if you're hungry.
Yes.
And then if you're not buying the product, at least you out there spreading the word
about the product.
Did you see that commercial?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I wish I had the money right now to buy it, but I don't. But if you got the money, you better go out and buy it right now. And then I'm gonna get some type of gratification for telling you about this awesome product that you now buy.
Yep. You're right.
I mean, whoever works in their marketing department is ingenuous. They need to get like a bonus for every time someone word of mouth their product to someone else.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I'm sitting here, I'm listening to you gals, and I have to say honestly, and Kandiland, you actually brought this up during a discussion before this taping. I am guilty of being a fan gal.
Yes.
I think there's some fangirlism and fanboyism in each and every one of us. Yes. I think about when I first started using Windows Phone. Okay. And you gals know I love me some Windows Phone. Okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think I sold more Windows phones than Microsoft did.
You might have.
I mean, you guys know I would go into the AT&T, Verizon, Sprint, into the Best Buy, and customers would have questions about Windows Phone, and I would overhear, and I go, oh, wait a minute, well, let me tell you, those are tiles, those are live tiles, and let me show you how this works. You just go into the settings, and this is how you upload. You can use OneDrive, and, there's OneNote. Okay, and at the time, there was SkyDrive, but, I was a huge Windows Phone lover. Mm-hmm. Okay, I still love Windows Phone, and I loved it because that particular OS works for me. Right. It works for me. It catered to my individual choices and likes, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what I didn't do is go online or go anywhere and condemn you for liking Android or liking an iPhone. I didn't do that. I mean, I didn't. I mean, I may have made little jokes kind of when Apple would have their, I think their conference, their main conference, and they would present, certain items, and I would joke about, the overpricing of the iPhone, and then and how because Apple is really good at marketing, that and catering to the emotional side to get you to buy their product, So, and I would joke about that, but I never would condemn or call you names because you were, you chose iPhone or you chose Android.
Exactly.
And then you guys know I've used every OS now, from a Windows Phone, Android, iPhone, the Galaxy Tab, the iPad, Surface. I have them all. Yeah. I have. So, but when I say fanboyism, liking a product and being a voice for that particular product, I was, and it was Windows Phone. But there was no blind allegiance or aggressive devotion.
Right. So now the question is, what is it that makes the difference? Where do you draw that line? Like, is it a particular group of people or type of person that's more susceptible to becoming a fanboy?
Yeah. I think there's a difference.
I think it is a difference. Like
between a fan and a fanboy.
Right.
You can be a fan of something and like something and prefer something, but that doesn't make you a fanboy or fangirl.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said, you felt like this product represented something about you individually. The Windows Phone has worked for you. So now let's think about that. If other people feel that way, what is it that changes now that makes me want to attack you for the same thing? You're doing the same exact thing I'm doing. So now what makes me want to attack you? And some of that honestly boils down to that unreason. You feel like you have to now defend your choice. So when you are defending your choice now, that's where you get that aggressiveness.
That's key.
Okay. So now it's like, I'm comfortable in my choice. I'm fine with it. But now the next step is, wait, I'm not just comfortable now. I want to defend why I did this or why I decided to buy an Xbox by attacking people who purchase ponies.
Yeah. I think you mean PlayStation.
PlayStation. I'm trying to stay up to date with all the terminology and the the slang, the gamer slang.
Yeah. Could it also be the cost of the product that could cause them to feel like, okay, I gotta attack because I done, saved up my money to buy this expensive product, and now you're gonna sit here, and talk about the product. Okay, well now I got to attack you because you making me feel like, I'm less than, and I done saved up my $300. I done saved up my $80 for this game, or, whatever.
Right.
So there it is, defending a purchase, feeling the need to defend it because you have invested money. So now you have to defend your own purchase.
Yeah.
Right.
But why should we have to do that?
Exactly.
That makes no sense to me. If I chose to spend $300, $400, $500 of my hard-earned dollars on said product, I feel like I have to defend that. I make that choice.
Yes.
I make the choice to do so.
Yes.
So why do I have to defend it? If I decide that I want an Xbox or if I want a PlayStation, and for whatever reason, if my gaming community, if my friends are where this particular network, if PSN or Xbox Live or even Nintendo's network, no jokes here, okay, because people actually, do utilize that network. But if I decide that that's my go-to platform, why those that choose to attack folk for that? Or
right. I mean, we can look at social psychology, for example. For a lot of people who feel the need to defend themselves, feel some type of perceived attack, be it they perceive it themselves as imaginatory or someone is actually attacking them. So when you look at that, what is going to cause me to feel insecure because you are now saying these things towards me? So obviously there's something about myself, my sense of self, and how I perceive my purchase or even my self-identity that makes me feel so threatened that now I have to go out and attack or say things to make you feel less than me so that I feel better about myself. So when you think about that, you can open that up to everything now. It's not just gaming. So it's more like the human psychology now is what we're looking at. What sets people different, because honestly I could care less what game you play. If I like this game, I'm still going to like it. If you like that game, fine. Like, I don't get threatened. So now you have to think, well, what is it about me that's so comfortable with myself? You know, independent, high self-esteem, stable self-esteem. Then look at other people who feel, you know, I'm not secure unless I make someone else feel less than.
Wow.
Those are the ones that probably end up being these extreme fanboys.
Yeah. You know what? Let me make sure I throw this out here. So the viewers and listeners that may not know Mascherelle, you are in the process of receiving your master's in clinical psychology, and then at some point you plan to receive your PhD in clinical psychology. So I just want to make sure folk know, so when they hear the human psychology, which is one of the reasons I wanted you here on this discussion, because the psychology of fanboyism, that's what I want to focus this on, like what's in the thinking behind that. Not necessarily the acts, but why we do it, why we think, why do we feel the need. And we kind of talked about what drives the need for a person to feel superior about a said product. But I kind of want to, and then why must we shame others about our personal decisions as well? And I kind of wanted to bring that up, but it sounds like we kind of touched on that a little bit too.
They kind of go hand in hand.
They kind of do. But at this point now, how do we change or tone down that type of rhetoric that's in, and we're talking about the console warring or in the gaming community right now, because that's what the community that we're a part of. But not to say that doesn't trickle down to other areas as well. But for the sake of this particular conversation in the gaming community, like, what can we do? I mean, what can we do to tone it down, or can anything be done about it?
I mean, I think it's possible. I think like what we're doing right now, and her, Mascherelle bringing out the fact that it's a psychological thing, then, maybe somebody hearing this can think, okay, well, I am that person, well, how can I change that? Well, maybe I need to look within myself. I need to step back, take a minute, and say, okay, well, my response to this could have been a little bit different, and go back to, okay, well, I didn't mean to come on that strong. You know what I'm saying? When you realize that this is what you are and what you're doing to other people, or whatever. To me, that's the only way to really stop it, is to make those people aware of what they're doing, and making them look at themselves, because it's a psychological thing to me. The other thing is that when you are talking to somebody about what you like, stating the facts. Stop pulling stuff out the air that you think, the facts are facts. And what I like is what I like, and respect what the other person likes. That's just my opinion.
But you hit on exactly what fanboyism is: blind, unreasonable devotion. So first step you said was make them aware. Stop the blindness. Second, use facts. Stop being unreasonable. There's nothing wrong with having an opinion, but let's actually take a moment and think about, what is the quote? Everyone's not entitled to an opinion. You're entitled to an informed opinion.
Right.
So now you go out and say, it's not just about you attacking me because you're mad or because you think you're better than. Now it's a grown-up adult conversation. Why do you like Xbox? And you state the facts. Why you like it? Why do you like the PlayStation? State your facts. And let's be adults, be respectful, and have a cordial conversation. Instead of, when I look at some of these things on social media, it's you this and you that and you this. And it's like, at this point, you're not even discussing the the product.
When do you have time to play or deal with the product if you
right.
online talking about you this and you that? To me, where is the true gamer in you?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
honestly, I have to put that out there because that's one of the reasons why I'm not as intrigued with gaming or anything on the social media. I really don't bother with it. Like I can be considered more introverted, but a lot of the reason being is because what I see, the interaction between people is unreasonable. It's like, I mean, you can talk about, switch out the subject line, like we were saying, switch out gaming with religion, then switch it out with sports, and it's the same behaviors. And it just doesn't attract me whatsoever. So can anything truly be done? Like, I mean, we could set the model stage for it.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping, with this podcast and with this channel, that we can do that. And I'm not saying that there aren't others that are doing that, okay? Let me be clear on that, because I think there are plenty others right now that are trying to do that. But unfortunately, they don't get the attention. When you see those that actually want to talk about gaming or talk about bringing the gaming community together, they aren't the ones that get the attention. Okay, they don't have the biggest voices in the community. And you can't say, my thing is, you can't fight cancer with cancer. Okay? And if you want to complain about certain individuals or sad individuals, you can't complain about them, and you're doing the exact same things that they're doing. Okay? That's not what we need. That's not what we need in this. And I'm talking as an adult. And I'm a grown woman. I don't have time to engage in that kind of things. And I will say it's kind of easy to get pulled into it, because I've almost been pulled now. All right. My name is Mamacita, but Mamacita almost came out several times. All right, and I had to scale it back, and I had to inhale and exhale and kind of remember from which I've come. Okay, so it is easy to get caught up in that. But you have to. That's where I think reason and rationalization kind of takes place in that. And I would like to think that we will be a voice of reason in the gaming community. That we will be a place where my gal friends and my guy friends can come in here. This is reasonable dialogue, and we can talk about the hot issues, or we can talk about if there's something that is controversial. We can have those discussions, but we're going to talk about it in a reasonable, rational, respectful, and meaningful manner. That's what we want to do with Classic Gamer Gals.
Keep it classy.
That's right. All day long. But you know what, ladies? It's been fun.
Yes.
I enjoyed myself. I have enjoyed myself too. And I think, we did it. All right. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to wrap up this segment here of the GalsRoom. All right. We're on Classy Gamer Gals. This is Mamacita 925. Peace and axle grease.